I just want to make a disclaimer before we start that I've been fighting this cough, but I'm gonna just try to keep a cough drop on me. Shout out to Courtney. Courtney sent me these fucking Ricolas. I'm not gonna lie. If I keep them in, I'll be good. Watch, I'm gonna start coughing now. But this bitch, I get home and I got a package on my doorstep. I was like, ooh, my Fashion Nova shit got delivered. Finally, bitch, I opened in some fucking Ricolas. I was like, girl, I thought it was my fucking Fashion Nova shit. You got me over here eating some fucking cough drops. Shout out to Courtney though, because these hoes is working.
Sounds a little unappreciative, to be honest. I mean, you're complaining about someone sending you cough drops. Courtney, you heard that? Never send her shit again.
I
Ever.
wish that bitch wouldn't fucking buy me shit. I hate gifts, and she stays sending me shit, bro.
Well,
Yeah, stop sending me shit. I don't appreciate it. I wish it was my Fashion Nova shit.
with that being said, welcome to Long Lost Pals, episode 48, our Bud Dupree episode.
I love my Dupree.
I know
Great
you did.
adventure.
That
Great.
one was for you. I had to look up number 48 because it's such an obscure number. I was sad that I forgot Stephen Davis, old running back for the Carolina Panthers. We don't need to go there, but Bud Dupree was for you. But welcome. We're here. We're queer. Get used to it. This is a show of segments. I'm Joey.
I'm Corinne.
I mean, she's queer, not me particularly.
I was about to say, don't be out here queer baiting.
Is that a thing? I like that. All right. Well, this is a show of segments, and we will get into our first segment, which is the best and worst of 2019. Now, the best and worst of is a chance to go over the best and worst things that happened in a selected year. We have four parts to this segment. We're doing best and worst movie, song, sports news, and miscellaneous news. We alternate who does the best, who does the worst. I did the best last week, so this week Corinne will be the positive person, and I will be negative Nancy. Whenever you're ready, Corinne, you can give us the best movie of 2019.
First of all, let me list a couple of the movies that came out this year because this was a
It,
heavy year for
it was
movies.
hard. It was hard to find a bad one, to be honest.
I know you haven't seen it, but Knives Out, I'll always preach that one. Fucking banger. Parasite, Oscar fucking award winning.
Which one is that? Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to get us off track already.
It's the one, is he Korean? The foreign film Korean guy Bong
Okay.
Joon-ho did. It's kind of like a commentary on like capitalism and stuff.
I feel like
Really
I've heard good things about that one.
fucking insane movie. Absolutely well done. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the last movie that Tarantino has done, comes out this year.
Who cares?
Cut Gems, Joker, the best movie that I feel came out this year. I'm going with Jojo Rabbit. Have you seen Jojo Rabbit?
Is that like a no? What is that?
You should go see Jojo Rabbit.
Should
Everybody
I?
should watch Jojo Rabbit, actually. No, you actually will. It's a fucking phenomenal movie. It's like a satire. It's based in Nazi Germany. It's Taika Waititi. I think that's how you say his name. It's his directorial debut. By the way, he is a Jewish man. In the movie, he plays Hitler. He is a child's imaginary best friend, which is Hitler. This little boy is training to be a young Hitler youth. So it's a satire about these little kids wanting to be a Hitler youth. Well, the little boy discovers a Jewish girl hiding in their house. His mom has been hiding her. So but it's a comedy, dark comedy, but it's really good. I thought it was a very original movie. It shocked the shit out of me. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was.
Sounds like it. You lost me halfway through that description. It sounded very confusing, but it sounds very deep almost. So I
It's
might
really
have to
good.
check that out. I
Yeah.
think also we've talked about this movie before. I think Peanut Butter Falcon came out this year, and if
Oh,
you still
it
have,
did. I saw it.
you did see it. That movie rules. Have you seen it yet?
Really good. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, and Joker was phenomenal too. I think that was like a good commentary on just mental health overall. And if you keep like, isolating people, what could happen? And I haven't seen a lot of those other movies, but those ones were good. Worst of this one was a little tough for me, and I'm just gonna give a disclaimer. It was between three for me. I didn't finish any of them. Rocket Man, I watched like 5 minutes of, and it was trash. I didn't realize it was like actually a musical too. I thought it was just another like another biopic because we had just talked about Bohemian Rhapsody. Twas not. It was some whack ass musical. I watched a little bit of that. I was like, at least use the vocals from Elton John, not this dude, whoever's singing this shit. That was terrible. The other one was Aladdin. I saw in theaters, fell asleep in that bitch, but I did not like what I saw when I was awake. and the other one was the Irishman or Irishman. And I don't feel bad about falling asleep in that bitch because it was 3.5 hours. Like, who do you think you are? This isn't Lord of the Rings. This isn't Harry Potter. I'm not staying up 3.5 hours to watch a Netflix original movie, although it had an all-star cast. Overall, I'm gonna go with Aladdin just because, like, I just feel like turning all those movies from animated to live action is just a mistake. I don't like that they're doing that. I don't think these things need to be touched. I don't like them messing with the soundtracks and the music when they're already perfect and doing the remixes. Although I did like the remix to A Whole New World. This is
Mm.
a really embarrassing year for me. My Spotify Wrapped. I think number one was the actual original animated version of A Whole New World, and number two was the Zayn. I think Zayn did the
Mm.
remix. Um,
Ooh, I'll turn that shit on. I love me some Zayn.
and yeah, but that was the worst movie. I just wish they would stop doing that. I really do.
No, and we've kind of touched on it before, but it's like, how are you going to sit here and be like, yeah, we're going to do a live action Lion King? Bitch, you're not going to have actual lions walking around and talking to that motherfucker. It's going to be cartoons. It's going to be CGI lions doing CGI fucking shit with CGI monkeys. How is this any different or improving upon the fucking cartoon? That shit don't make no sense.
And to
Whatever.
be fair, I haven't really watched any of them. I fell asleep in that one. I'd never watched Lion King. The songs that
Me
they
neither.
remix, I didn't like.
Mm.
Little Mermaid, I wanted to support just because there was the outrage over it,
I
but
actually did watch that one. It was really good.
I didn't like the remix songs. I just don't want them to touch the music. Like, just do the songs exactly the same. The new person can sing it, but don't try to add like an original spin on it. But it looked decent from what I saw. I think we were watching it from home. Um, Now we'll move on to worst song.
Oh yeah, what you got?
This one is, I don't know if this is cheating or not, because supposedly the song was released 2 years before, but I don't think anybody knew it existed 2 years before because it got big in this year. I'm going Truth Hurts by Lizzo. I hate that whole goddamn Lizzo album. If I've told this story before, I apologize. But one time, Des and I were under a year in our relationship. We were living in Fort Worth at the time. I don't know where my car was, but I had to pick her up from Dallas in her car. It's about a 45-minute drive.
Okay.
We drove, or I'm good to pick her up, and for some reason she drove on the way back, and she made me listen to this whole Lizzo album, and we were in traffic. And when I tell you this is the worst shit I've ever heard, and I like female empowerment music, okay? I'm not against that shit. This album just sucked ass. And you know what? I felt bad for disliking it at first. I thought she was a really good person. I was like, oh, look at all the body positivity that she's spewing, you know? And then it turns out it seemed like she's kind of shitty. And she was like body shaming skinny people or some shit on the scene of a video. I think some footage came out, but that song sucks. Her music sucks. And apparently she might suck as a person. I haven't done much research into that, but I know something had come out years ago. So we'll go with that. Thank you, Des, for one of the most torturous music listening experiences of my life.
You absolutely did cheat. Let me just give everybody a couple of things that came out this year. Lana Del Rey's Norman fucking Rockwell. 10 out of 10 album, by the way. Dead of Night by Orville Peck, one of the greatest songs ever written. Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. Summer Walker's first banger of a mixtape, Over It. What is this? Oh, the song that I chose for the best one. I didn't cheat because they did a re-release in 2019 with a remix, but the original came out in 2018. I'm going with Old Town Road by Lil Nas X. Launched his career, pissed off a lot of the right people, took the fucking billboards. Oh, like when I say launched his career, I mean it was like fucking on the number one Billboard Hot 100 for like a year, like 2 years. It was up there forever. It made his fucking career. So yeah, that's why I went for this song here.
I'm
And
not
just
mad at that. First of all, I love something Spotify has done recently. So like I try to like not have my TV on all the time on the weekends. I just put on Spotify and just listen like have music playing in the house.
mhm.
And they've done a thing now where you can put on music videos as an option. I'd never seen a Thank You Next video, and it's like it's got like the Legally Blonde references. It's got like Mean Girls references. It was a great video. And Ariana, very talented. What was your worst sports or best sports moment of that year?
The Steelers traded away Antonio Brown. We got the best out of him, but then we see ya. Crazy.
Yeah, talk
What do
about
you
that was one of the biggest downfalls, I think, in sport. I don't want to say in sports history because that seems a little extreme, but
Yeah,
good Lord, you want to talk about like the best receiver in the league to crackhead
falling
what felt like
off.
overnight?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's all CTE. I'm not gonna lie. I think, and he does that little joking thing like the CT ESPN or whatever, but he's like literally not right. And I wonder if it was that one hit from Burfict from the Bengals that like I don't know, but that man was cold as hell at the time. But yeah, y'all got out of business at the right time. I'm going with the Astros losing the World Series. It was a
Oof.
really weird World Series. It was 7 games
Didn't the Niners also lose the Super Bowl this year?
in
It
2019.
might have been for the 28 for the 2019 season, maybe that I saw this. Because I was like, oh, I already know what he's gonna
I think
choose.
that was 2020. I think it was 2019 season 2020 Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
Okay.
I attempted to block these things out of my memory, so it didn't pull up, but this did pull up. This is like a weird series where no home team won a single game. So Astros won; they had home field advantage, and they lost every single home game. They
Damn.
lost 4 games at home, lost the World Series to the
Damn.
Nationals. Heartbreaking time, especially then when I was a half-ass baseball fan, so I only watched the playoffs, and to see this happen, not ideal. That was a great team we had, and we lost a few players before we won our next one. We lost another one in 2021, but that was my worst sports moment. Worst pop culture news, I'm going with Aunt Becky, aka Lori Loughlin. Is it Lori Loughlin?
Oh yeah. I saw this.
Paying $500,000 for her daughters to get in on some fake ass crew scholarships to USC. If your kids can't get into school by them damn selves, go somewhere else. You got enough money apparently to send them anywhere. Go to some cool school in a different place. Expand your horizons. You don't need to stay in LA for forever. But the fact they had to pay $500,000 for their kids to get into USC, like, one, embarrassing. I know USC is a fine institution, but two, like, come on now, man. Like
Yeah,
literally,
USC ain't even that's not even what like Ivy League or anything.
like out of state tuition clearly is not a factor for y'all. Just
Yeah.
send them somewhere else. Like just go somewhere else. Yeah, but it was like fake athletic scholarships for a sport, like for crew, which they had never done before. So I used to love Aunt Becky, man, and she just really ruined her reputation with that one. Served a small amount of prison time for that too, her and her husband.
Good for her. Best miscellaneous news. I have that Game of Thrones finale ends and airs, and that ends it. I also have Euphoria airs. So we have Game of Thrones ending, which that fucking finale was terrible and it needed to end.
Eh,
We have Euphoria starting,
good for
which
HBO.
everybody knows, right? All for one network. These are like months. Damn, these are actually like months apart because Game of Thrones ended in May, and I think
And
Euphoria started in July or August.
did you start the Sydney Sweeney fan club that year, or when did you start it? When did you become president? Because that's your girl, and y'all share a lot of similar beliefs about like, because this is an art that we do. I know you don't like to speak on politics because you like to separate your art from that, and I know
Uh-huh.
like you all
Yeah,
have that in common.
you know me. Fuck off. We all know that season one of Euphoria was the best one, so I'll say that that was the best thing to come out in 2019.
I get him confused. R.I.P. Angus Cloud though, man. I liked him a lot. That was very sad.
King.
And
He
R.I.P.
did he did his big one in the opening of season two when he beat the shit out of Nate though.
and R.I.P. to little buddy just in the show, not in real life. His like little brother or like little buddy's a nickname I'm giving him. The guy that
Oh, fuck, I forgot his name. I know you're talking about he died in the show. I forgot,
yeah, and
brother.
you know he's like a boxer in real life too. Like
I do. Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah,
Little
well
with the taper.
yeah.
He got a crispy ass lineup. I respect it.
And that wraps up the best and worst of 2019. Next, we're going to get into our start bench cut segment. Now, start bench cut is a sports metaphor that essentially has us rank 3 people or things from a random category. Start is our top choice, bench is our backup, and cut is the one we will get rid of. We alternate each week on who gets to pick the category and the options, and a couple of things real quick. First of all, we talked about Pokemon last week, so I finally did the thing where I laid out the 3 starter Pokemon, had both my kids do it. Tommy, Charmander gal, JoJo, Squirtle gal, no Bulbasaur's in sight. And then Des
Queens, two queens.
and then Des was like, new baby's gonna have Bulbasaur. I'm like, no, let that man choose. I also don't think I've ever said that we're having another kid on here. We're having
You
another kid.
have
So
it.
if you want to start a GoFundMe so I can afford daycare, please do that. Or just like get us like 21 subscribers. Here, once you get 21 and 7 views, people start paying you for the show. But yes, and then the other thing is, Corinne, I'm really annoyed with you because the past 2 times you picked, the first time you picked, you did the shittiest. Like you made me listen to three awful songs to determine which ones to start bench cut. And this time you gave me three wonderful options, and I have to do the dirty deed of cutting one and benching one. So Karrin chose Nickelodeon shows. And what are the options? Lay it on us.
The options being Rugrats, SpongeBob, Fairly Oddparents. Joseph, what are you cutting?
I hate to do it, but it's just it's got the least amount of what's the word, I'm like, emotional equity, I would say. I'm cutting Fairly Odd Parents.
Same.
Fantastic cartoon,
Yeah.
okay? Fantastic cartoon. To me, it was the last cartoon that I thoroughly enjoyed. I feel like that's when we started not aging out completely,
Yeah.
but like I remember the only ones after I remember coming out were like this is a different channel, but I remember there being like Kim Possible and the Proud Family, and I just wasn't like feel like I was kind of fading away from cartoons. Like Fairly Odd Parents is the first one that was new because Rocket Power had ended, Rugrats
Mm.
had ended.
Damn,
And
Rocket Power would have been a good one to put on here. Fuck,
yeah,
that was a banger.
great show. But Fairly Odd Parents, man, really underrated. I think underrated cartoon if you want to go there. Very funny. Just I will get into why it's my cut a little later because there's individual reasons. And you said you did the same thing.
Yeah, I cut it too. Honestly, just because I feel like it was just like that I liked it just a hair less than the other two. Like I love Fairly Odd. I know the whole fucking intro song too. I love
Green
the
Moose
fucking
Scramble Juice, man.
I love the show, but I was just like, damn, like you said, probably the least emotional attachment. I just kind of watched it probably more passively than the other two shows.
Mr. Crocker is a creeper. Let that be known. Anybody who's obsessed with a child, even if it is for the fairy godparents, someone check on this guy. He should definitely
Right.
be fired and imprisoned, but that's neither
Right.
here
He
nor
definitely
there.
should not be working at a school.
Other parents that should be, or other people that should be in prison, probably his parents for neglect. They're never around. And maybe the babysitter while we're at it, Icky Vicky.
Oh,
You know, a lot of trauma for young Timmy. At least he's got them to have
yeah.
his back.
Yeah.
What was your bench?
I benched Rugrats.
We're gonna have the exact same order, but
Oh,
explain to me why.
okay. So I benched Rugrats because, we rewatched one of the movies a couple of months ago, and I feel like it didn't age as well as an adult. But when I was younger, Rugrats stayed
Looky here,
on
baby.
the TV, bro. That's all bro. Rugrats was on. That's when my TV was on. So I'm benching them because when I was younger, them motherfuckers stayed on the television, saw every episode, the movies, the soundtrack, all of the fucking things. As an adult, it just did. It's not as funny as an adult, which I feel like SpongeBob is, which is why I started SpongeBob. So why'd you bench Rugrats?
Let me tell you the first why I picked it over Fairly Odd Parents. Like, so I think it was summer before I was like first summer before first grade. We got cable for the
Okay.
first time. And baby, that was my first taste of the fine life. That was my first taste of the high life. First Nickelodeon experience, and I had Doug and the Rugrats back to back in one
Mm,
hour. For
mm,
a year, that was the best hour of my life. I don't remember if it was 6 to 7 or 5 to 6 or whatever it
yeah.
was, but baby, I was living good. Those shows back to back changed my life. Let me tell you, the scene when they think their dad's a robot, get the pliers,
Oh,
twist his nipple, tried to do that to my dad when he was sleeping one time. Like, let me tell you, something about Rugrats, but you're right, it just doesn't hold up as much. But I used to love the orange VHSs. I had Rugrats, Go to Las Vegas or some shit, I think it was
go to
called.
Paris.
Yeah, fantastic. Oh man, yeah, we had a couple Rugrats
Cake.
VHSs. I could still do the Nickelodeon magazine commercial that comes on before. Oh man, what a time
Oh,
to be
where
alive.
the Disneyland, where they like packing the Disneyland. You know what I'm talking about? Like the commercial of the ad.
I
Oh,
think man, Nickelodeon was like prime time back then. So that was the emotional connection of it being my early memories of, Nickelodeon. And that was when Nickelodeon was really good, man. So, but yeah, the animation's kind of weird. Like you look back on it, everybody looks kind of creepy. And I think like overall, Fairly Odd Parents might be a better show, but it came at a point where I didn't,
you were
maybe.
like moving
Yeah.
off of, yeah.
Yeah. Why did you start, my boy?
Man, like I said, I just feel like I still watch SpongeBob as an adult sometimes. Like SpongeBob is a funny fucking show, bro.
Yes.
SpongeBob is funny, especially the older seasons. Like you go back to the first like 8 seasons, nothing but fucking back to back bangers. SpongeBob is funny, and I feel like it just still holds up better than any of the other ones did. It's timeless. And I also feel like low-key, all of the characters in SpongeBob are like relatable. Like we know these people, we know an annoying ass SpongeBob. We know a cheap ass Mr. Krabs. We know a Squidward. I'm fucking Squidward. Honestly, these days, I feel like that's what all of us are realizing is that we're fucking Squidward now. Like, I just feel like SpongeBob just holds up better, man.
They hyped SpongeBob up so much. I've never seen a build up like they had for SpongeBob. I remember they were previewing or like setting ads for SpongeBob like a month before it came out. I remember the
Damn,
summer of like 99 probably, and they were just like
that's when
showing
it
us
came
this little
out.
SpongeBob preview over and over again. I'm like, I gotta see this shit. And it lived up to the hype. I
Yeah.
had never had any Fairly Odd Parents merch, man. Never had any Rugrats t-shirts. Guess what? I had a SpongeBob t-shirt in like the fifth grade, I think. High school, it was cool to have cartoon backpacks. Had me a SpongeBob backpack.
I had a Batman backpack.
I saw the movie recently. That shit was, I was literally laughing out loud. I almost felt embarrassed
Bro,
because I was
I
like a
wanted
grown
to
man.
see the new movie because I was like, bro, I bet that motherfucker is gonna be funny as fuck, low key.
It's really funny. The background characters, like the guy, this guy stinks. Like just like the random
My
characters that
leg.
are very good show. Test of time. I mean, it's longevity of the show is incredible. I mean, it's
Yeah,
up
there's
there
like
with
20 seasons.
it's getting up there with like The Simpsons and like South Park. I mean, you can't catch a show unless they stop making it, but
Yeah,
it's fantastic. No notes, just that's my number one, but that was hard. That's my start for sure though.
crazy. We had the exact same order on that one. That's a rarity, I feel.
Yeah. And now we're gonna move on to I guess this week it'll be Not Up in My Closet. We chose very different types of things. Not up in my closet, or like to give a disclaimer. I do not by any sense the imagination think I'm a fashionista. So me roasting rich people's outfits doesn't mean I think I dress better. It just means if I had more funds, I'd probably dress a little differently. I'm currently wearing like a long john shirt that I wore underneath my work polo today, but you know what? I don't have anybody to impress, so I just kept this on. So nobody say anything to me in the comments. All three of you who watch, or hope you're supportive folks regardless. But this is a segment where we find an outfit from the week that we hated and we talk about why we hated it, essentially. So it's usually we've done variations. We've done Not in My Locker Room. We've done Not Up on My Red Carpet. But this week, since Karrin did somebody from the Grammys and I did somebody from the sports world, we'll just go back to Not Up in My Closet. Karinn, would you like to go first with yours?
I'll go first because here comes Jamie Foxx walking down the red carpet looking like a magic eye puzzle. All these prisms and shit on his fucking suit. He got the fucking Pharrell hat, the happy hat on, looking like he about to preach to us about some fucking forest fires next. Stay out of Cam Newton's closet, first of all, because I know that's where you got this. What in the I usually respect Jamie's fits. I feel like usually he keeps it real low key. I feel like he wanted to do something big for the Grammys and he ain't really been in the public eye much. Big swing and a fucking miss on this one, buddy. Pack it up. Go back to your just low key tailored black suits with a nice tie and some shit because this shit I'm not feeling.
See, I couldn't remember because I'll get all my award shows confused. I couldn't remember if they had to wear tuxedos to this because a lot of people I saw just had tuxedos on. So I was like, oh, maybe. So I didn't even look into these outfits. Yeah, the hat pisses me off more than anything because we talked about them dumbass hats Pharrell was wearing for the longest. This suit really is like, it almost makes me dizzy looking at it. It looks like it's like a quilt material or like one of those Mexican blankets. I don't really understand it. I just
Like, bro, there's no way that you saw this shit and was like, oh yeah, that's fly. There's no way. Who's paying you to wear this?
yeah, I don't know if I have much more thoughts than this. I mean, yeah, I just don't get it with this Carmen Sandiego hat. I don't where in the world is she? Um I'm gonna move on to mine. Mine is Shai
SJ.
Gilgeous-Alexander with former or last year's NBA MVP, Finals MVP. couple of things here. Why does he look like he's on the cover of a Backstreet Boys album? Why are we doing the all white? I don't understand. Why is that hoodie so small? Look like you stole it from your wife. There's a woman's. Oh, here she goes right here. If you're not familiar, Miss Rachel, great child show for people to watch. Her husband's name is Mr. Aaron. He's also featured in the show, and he pisses me off because he wears a small ass hoodie in a lot of these videos. And this motherfucker looks like it's straight out of Mr. Aaron's closet. If he lifts his arms up, you're gonna see his belly button. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, these boots, like I don't know if he's about to be walking on the moon like Neil Armstrong or if he's about to splash in some muddy puddles like Peppa Pig. I'm sorry, that's two little kids references. This is what happens when you have small children in your house. His outfit sucks. I'm not a fan.
The only thing that I could think of when you sent me this was I was like, Loki, he looks like an angel that got stuck on Earth and got sentenced to be a garbage man. That's what I'm getting from this. And I was like, you know what? Good for him. He's putting on for waste management because those are some hardworking people. That's exactly what I'm getting. I actually low key like the boots. The thing that okay, so for me, when people wear shit that's like white on white on white on white on white, I don't like that. I like accent pieces and I don't like shit that matches too much. So I like the boots. I would not be wearing them with white jeans and a white jacket and a white hat. I'll be
Also,
wearing them with like blue jeans or black jeans. Like maybe like two of these could be worn at the same time. Either the pants and like the hat or the jacket and the boots. You can't have all four of these items on at the same time.
and again, I don't know the fashion code of conduct or whatever, but I also hate when people don't wear belts. Like that shit really bothers me. And that man ain't got a belt on. Like it looks like
That's another fair critique.
looked like he walked out of the house and he forgot to put that bitch on. Like I don't know, man. This here is just a little much for me. All white. What if you eat a hot dog after the game? You get some ketchup and mustard on you. Sure, you're just asking for trouble. And I know you're rich, so you don't have to worry about like wearing this outfit ever again. But I just don't like it. I also feel like this is different shades of white. Um, yeah, it's like a worse version of the "Let Me Love You" outfit from Mario. I'm not feeling it.
I remember that video.
And what hat is this? Is this like a NASCAR hat? Like what is happening? I don't get it. And again, all these people have stylists, so everybody, I get it. They're way more fashionable than me, but come on, man, not up in my closet.
Having a stylist don't even make you more fashionable. Having labels on don't mean shit, bro. You could still look like Jamie Foxx. I'm sure that suit was $5,000 at least.
Part of me liked that suit. I don't know if it's just the hat that really pissed me off. I don't know what it is. Something about the combination. But that wraps up episode 48 of Long Lost Pals.
Shout
We gave
out
up
to Bud
on,
Dupree.
huh?
That was the boy. I said, shout out to Bud Dupree. I'm
Is he
so sad
retired?
we got rid of him, bro. But he's tearing up. I think he's on the Titans now, right?
I don't know. That's your boy, not
Titans.
mine. We got rid of doing the quotes and everything, but I do have a random recommendation that I would like to give just in case. I feel like from here on out, if we just got random shit to say at the end, we should do it. Goliath. It's an old show, but it's on Amazon Prime. Billy Bob Thornton's a lawyer,
Mm,
and then my buddy pointed out like the way he explained it's kind of like The Wire. Like each season's kind
mm,
of different, so it looks like he works on a different case every season. But we're
mm.
like a couple episodes into episode or season two. Really great show if you're looking for something. I think it went from like 2018 to 2021 or some shit like that. But that could also be inaccurate. But it was previous years. But it's not new. But go check it out if you need something to watch.
I mean, I watched a really good movie this weekend called Twinless. It's on Hulu. Definitely fucking recommend. It is fucking crazy. I saw the trailer a couple months ago and I missed it in theaters. But essentially, these two guys meet at a grief group for people who lost their twins. And so it comes off as like, like heartfelt, like dramatic, kind of like deep movie. But then it like turns a little bit and it kind of goes into like a thriller vibe. And I was like, wait, I gotta watch this. And so I watched the movie and I was like, bro, it fucking blew my mind. So I definitely recommend it's on Hulu right now. So I recommend everybody go watch Twinless. It'll
It
fuck
might be.
you up.
It might suck. She might have been high on cough drops that whole weekend. Didn't know I had
Definitely was.
popped a few too many of those bad boys. If you read the back of the bag, you're not supposed to eat as many as Corinne's been eating. We
Really?
appreciate. I don't know. I don't think so. We appreciate every time I eat a lot. I'm like, oh
You
man,
must be lying, bro. You can't be on here spreading propaganda
what does it say?
like you're president.
What does it say?
Sore throat, severe, blah 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 blah. Um, dissolve 2 drops slowly in the mouth. Do not bite. Repeat every 2 hours as needed.
Told you, Krim been doing 35 of them, so she was high off them hoes when she watched that movie. So don't watch. We appreciate everybody who likes, comments, and subscribes, or anybody who shows love in any capacity. We had somebody repost one of our clips the other day. Appreciate you. Um, and you know those people do the same thing we do. Stay fly, baby. We out.